Hi everyone, this is Jamie. Welcome to this video where I am going to walk you through one of my latest journals. This is a journal that uses a collection, Art Walk by Heidi Swapp. Okay, what is the big deal about this journal? I have a million of them. I actually really don't have a million of them. I actually don't make too many DIY journals for myself. I really don't know why. This one came because I had heard a message that I knew as soon as I heard it, this is going to need its own journal. It's just really basically where that came from. The second inspiration this journal came from was this paper pad, this paper here. Obviously it's in the front. I just love this paper so much. When I saw it, I knew it was going to need to have a special home, its own place, a notebook, journal, something. And I finally just got to it. And I want to share that with you today. There's a brand new post out on HeidiSwap.com about this Art Walk journal. And in that post, I kind of unpack about 5 things that inspired this particular journal, and I want to just kind of cover that with you as we walk through it. So I already talked about pretty paper. Just the pretty paper all by itself is what inspired this journal into existence. And in particular, I wanted to say that it was this white text on black that was super important to me to not hoard, but to actually use someplace. And so I did that. You can see here that I have this opening flap. You know what? I'm just going to point this out right here. I need to cover this because I'm not really happy how that looks. So just note to self, things aren't perfect and just go back and fix them. I need to go back and fix that. But this flap here comes over and you can see it's all continued. That was on purpose. I wanted this cover to just be cohesive, like it's one piece of paper, but I wanted the flap to come over. And right now I am just closing it with the clip. I could add an enclosure here and I just haven't done that yet. But right now the clip works just perfectly for me. When the album opens up, the whole theme of this really pretty paper continues. And so it's just on the rest of it, there's a section on the inside flap. But that's the first initial, if you will, inspiration for this journal was this just really pretty paper that I wanted to do something very specifically with. The second inspiration and kind of idea behind this particular DIY journal was the idea of using scrapbook skills to make it your own. I didn't really try to invent anything. I just played with ideas and concepts that I use kind of all the time. And I enjoyed that process. So even though this is going to be a journal, I just can't help it. I just add in the pretty things. So like here, there's this interactive tag that I put in here and I hung it with another Art Walk tag and some stickers. And so that's going to hold some of the notes that I have in mind. And just as a note, you're not going to see any of my journaling in here yet. That is yet to come, but it will happen. I wanted to show this in its skeleton form to you first. This is a real classic display of how I kind of scrapbook already. Die cuts and layering, alpha stickers, phrase stickers, and these definitions stickers, a label. This is something you're going to kind of find already. So take that if you want to create a DIY journal or even as a gift. And just put your own self into it and the skills that you are already using. Now, as we go through this journal returning pages, I've added in a mini album. So add in mini journals to your bigger journal. And this just is going to be a place for some sub notes. I already started adding in some die cut words. And I have plenty of room for notes, right? And so even a mini album, interactive piece, you saw this interactive piece here, it found its way very easily into this DIY journal. And just as an FYI, I meant to tell you when we started, this is about 6 inches wide and 8 inches tall. It's kind of a real classic size for me right now. Always subject to change, but right now this is a size I am really enjoying working in. So it was just an easy connection from my regular storytelling and scrapbooking, card making, to creating a DIY journal with just a lot of pretty bits and pieces inside as well. Another piece that's found in this journal is using word and phrase stickers to emphasize my theme. And that starts at the very beginning. Seize the day, fearless. That was a huge theme. That's part of what I am going to be adding to this album in terms of actual journaling. The Art Walk collection comes with these definition stickers, and you've seen them be used to cut them up and use them as strips, but to use them and allow them to actually not only support the theme, what is also really great about using these types of word stickers is then using them as a prompt for the actual journaling found inside your pages. So that's just something to kind of maybe looking at word stickers or definition stickers a little bit differently, is to allow them to actually prompt what story you want to tell in your mini album or your DIY journal. And the last thing we want to make sure we're doing in a DIY journal is allowing some blank pages. Now, as I showed you in the beginning, I'm using the Art Walk 12 by 12 project pad. And since these papers have a pattern on one side, the other side is blank. So that was a really easy way to create empty space in this journal. It was just by folding these papers and then adding a staple in the middle, and again, just plenty of blank space to add the notes that I plan on putting in here. So that is a little bit of a walk through this DIY Art Walk journal. Really enjoyed creating it. Not a hoarding issue anymore. Let me know if you have any questions. The supplies are linked below if you'd like to make your own, and if you'd like to see me process this out, I'd love to hear from you as well. Thank you for watching.